Welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and radio network. Today we get a discussion where very important, and I think we discussed something like that last week, and some of we you know express concern about the Sierra Leone independence. We've been discussing now a kind of relegating such a national event to a group of social media, followers, and that's now a degrading to we country. Well, the independence took place now Sierra Leone, and a lot of we don't know now what's not the outcome of the independence, and the sources we may get now. Yeah, one for long we discussed today. One of them sources then is the fact that we already know, say, the independence was empty. The stadium was empty. I don't know if actually people now boycott the independence, or that the organization are in poor. Because I strongly believe, say, Sierra Leoneans and the people that will like party. Any time when you want to forget a Sierra Leonean, now for make party, everybody they go there. That make, if you see now we own politics during the time of politics, you don't know whether na SLPP, you don't know na APC, you don't know whether na this, because the same SLPP folks, when APC they come out, they go and dance na street, they all they go follow and dance. The same thing with the SLPP. So I don't really understand what's not the problem. A lot of so many statements don't come out where believe, say, some people then say na boycott from the people because of the way the SLPP governments they lead. A lot of people then say it's not really about boycott, but because Mada Bio left this important event to INWEF, take this event and left into a social club. We not get nothing for do with national events. Now that make, if you see the stadium was very empty. We all know that. We understand that, and as when they see the pictures, them where they come out on social media, you find out, say, yes, indeed, the stadium was very empty, and the reason, we don't know. Let me just bring in Mr. Kabo is calling. Good morning. So that's not the problem we get now Sierra Leone. So we go discuss on that today, and thank God nothing where we all be expressed we concern, and it seems then, hi Mr. Kabo, mute your phone please, and I believe them concerns then they has been realized, and first of all, one of the things where I get me sources them where then tell me that Saturday evening, we on time now, we they on time, and then the next now after the independence, is that in fact Madabio, some people then say you know even show up now the stadium. Madabio never showed up in the stadium, and based on me own sources, in fact then get a bitter argument between Madabio and INWEF because of waiting INWEF ignore, where Madabio come out and try for advice INWEF not listening. He ignore that. So he say there was an argument. In fact, I've been able to talk to somebody within the people in Sierra Leone we go match the military contingent we go match in a stadium, What I understand according to the sources is that, in fact, them guys they been there at that place there since 9 o'clock in the morning. I hear them go prepare now, and then begin. Okay, hold on. Let me just pull this thing quick out. Then begin prepare for match, for make sure say everybody at the stadium go enjoy that day. That's the military band. The military we responsible for go match. In fact, they do the first one by 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, the president not come 10 o'clock, 11. Then people in at that stadium, they then sit down, they wait for the president. The military band then tin up another place there, na stadium. Then they wait the president. In fact, 12 o'clock, na in Madabio, what's Madabio, Fatima Bio, na he able to come in. And guess what? Fatima Bio we organize this independence there elite. And when I ask why elite, now they explain to me, say, in fact, they may get a bitter argument with Iman, because Iman not be one for make this year Fatima Bio do and the way they do them, but Fatima Bio definitely ignore Iman and continue with this. So, in fact, Madabio no can at the stadium. Well, I get a second source where say, well, the reason why to make Madabio no can at the stadium because they also been get some, other program where he attend to. Well, I don't know. But the interesting thing here is when Fatima Bio can at the stadium, some disguided ministers, they wait on sit down since 9 o'clock. Then they wait for Fatima Bio and Iman. Then go tell the military band for say they need for salute for they need for do a salute from Fatima Bio. Lamin Nyandebu, I will call you after the program. I didn't the program. So now the commander we are responsible for that salute. He say no. He say the constitution not give any right for make them go salute for first lady. So they not do one. So what they do? Then just play music for Fatima Bio. Now they go sit down. Then they that place they take 3 o'clock. Now the commander we get in band. Now he tell in troop then say they need for pull out. They need to get out of the stadium. So the commander was so angry, he was so angry, and say, and get for this is the story where I get. I was not there, so I want for make I was not there, but this is the story where I get, and I get in reliable sources where I believe him. You not go say 100% because mortal man can change, but now somebody where most of the time they give me reliable sources, and I believe say this not the situation where we found ourselves. And we talked about this last week for say it is not go born a good picking. And indeed, one thing we all know where we not go dispute is people have not been going to our stadium. The independence was a disaster. Well, what are the lessons learned from this? Because a lot of Sierra Leoneans they know say independence are national events where we expect let everybody participate in this independence here. I remember at the time when the APC been in power where they make independence. Then they try for bring as many people as possible. In fact, they create an independence committee where comprises of a lot of people them from both sides of the aisle where they do dancing and yes, the 50th independence was it been get some problem because some money issue being occurred where they're not able to account for some money. But other than that, the subsequent independence them way they make They may all good. Everybody been a participate and enjoy. But this independence here, how could you take a national issue like this, you go give to a few group of people them when then people in the social media group, you just feel like when you get you know the Stay Red movement or the NRM, well the other than the NC then now old and call, but something like that, or the APC women's for Anes by Koroma, you go give a national issue like that, and how them go able for organize this in a way where everybody go able believe say yes, this is not a national event. I think the first problem happen. But just like what I tell you now, the first thing is the president herself in need for team in wife. The first lady, we all respect her because now first lady. But the first lady need for understand say it gets limitation, it gets a boundary where enough across. And since we President Mada Biokana power, the first lady don't violate them limitation, them boundaries, then there's so many times. If not only they go talk on behalf of the entire country, if they go talk on behalf of the foreign ministry, we not really understand what's in the problem with the first lady. We not really understand, But we want for Lemada Biono say the people of Sierra Leone voted for him, not her. And I know say any man will get a woman like this, a beautiful woman like this, an intelligent woman like this, he go want for use and one way or the other for make able to promote what he want for do. But this is politics. First of all, it exposed that woman there to a lot of political attacks, But me been a blame say na Madabio, and I still they blame say na Madabio. Now I make this woman, they go outside of human bound. But I also can understand say waiting. I don't get that. I can't realize say, well, the woman says self no one for listening to a man. So Madabio don't can dey between the devil and the fire. It all left to it born. It all right to the devil they can go. This is not the situation where right now Madabio don't can find himself. Mrs. Fatima Bio na actress. And some of we will know much about acting. We know say most of the time, them people then just want for show off. that's not the main thing about acting. They not really realizing this is far beyond that. This has to do with a country. You have to be very careful. You are now a wife of the president. There are certain things where you need to sit down and say, okay, should I actually involve? What will be the repercussion if I involve? Well, how people then they feel if I involve, in certain situation. Yes, in certain situation, the first lady need for involve, But this is too much. Why Mada Bio and Fatima Bio get for even argue about independence during the independence day? Why they not been don't argue before even they take this assignment and then pass on to Fatima Bio? Why? If Mada Bio now somebody will serious for celebrate this independence here, why enough for being done put a full a stop say no. If na Mada Bio self give Fatima Bio, he go tell and say, waiting. I don't want them people here for make them involved because at the end of the day, this is not a huge task, So we need for make sure say we do the right thing. And now this is not a disgrace not only for Mada Bio and in government, but even for the country. Tell me exactly what's not the celebration will happen at that country day. None. Absolutely. It was like a burying. And the independence is not the time for go cry. Now the time for go celebrate and try for reflect on waiting we don't do so far and try for modify for the next year. let we change, you know. But it was like a bearing, you know. The independence was so boring in Sierra Leone. Even we, now Arizona, where we get the opportunity for invite the former vice president, Mr. Sam Sumana, we come out and give a passionate speech na Phoenix na. He can celebrate the independence with we. Since Mr. Sam Sumana come, he reached Naya, I think Thursday, yes. No, Wednesday. We did with town Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now around 1 a.m. Now I go drop her now because early morning they get for taking flights back for go. So we enjoy independence now, even past the people that were in Sierra Leone. You know, that was a disgrace. That was a shameful, event. It's not supposed to happen. You know. So now this I want for let we discuss. And the first person why they bring actually now Mr. Kabo, because Mr. Kabo was one of the people that we've been defend this kind of assignment for say it no matter if the people that are Sierra Leonean in no matter. And now it's not only the people that are Sierra Leonean, but the independence in Sierra Leone was a disaster. Where even the SLPP, they acknowledge say this independence was a disaster. So, Mr. Kabo, do you think we were right? Do you think we were right because of the outcome of this independence?
Well, I want to say thank you first of all, Mr. Mankota, for bringing me into this issue. But again, unfortunate that a radio like TPN will carry some of this misleading information where you actually describe and purported to be gotten from a reliable source. And I don't know what you meant by reliable source, because first of all, the reliable source failed to tell you that there was no independence celebration by the government of Sierra Leone.
What?
For the simple fact that the independence celebration has been mentioned over several times with the president himself, where in talks, coach me if I'm wrong, on several occasions, say he will never allocate resources or celebrate independence in Sierra Leone unless and until our GPD or GDP goes to 20 or more than 20%. I think I had that clearly. I have seen that, and he had mentioned that time with that number, there will be no independence. But the reason behind that is that it's not going to take the funds, the limited funds what we have, and use them, because that's going to create a lot of things. If you want it to be successful, you might have to bring in external presidents of other nations and other dignitaries. So because of the expenditure and the situation of the country at this moment, he made mention of it way over before this independence. That, they celebrate independence. I hope you got what I'm saying. So, and it's so sad that you have this information from people you call reliable sources, for the mere fact that, and you mentioned about, you ask questions in your interpretation, say why the president not being, don't tell this woman so, or why not be don't argue with her. Those questions are very, very important. But those questions, they should have been asked to the people then who give you the information about the independence celebration at Sierra Leone. Then would have had the questions. You shouldn't have a problem asking them those questions. And you see the various and more so the most disappointing information from the so-called people who you call saying that you interview, how they portray the independence celebration. I listened to another video where the person, two or more ladies purported to be members and supporters of NGC, criticizing the president and the first lady, and talking about how she hijacked the independence, and talking about how the stadium is empty, based on the fact, and the person was so serious saying it that, well, if this is not the information we say, what we see now is the true one, he criticized so much, and in my own mind, I was like, well, you're not being for no way, before wait. Like cross-check the information, because at the end of the day, the information when you go get, it will be surprising, and that person will never come again a line for coming with the wrong statement, because you see empty stadiums and they compare them to them, but after the celebration or in the middle of the celebration, what we see is a full stadium of people.
What? Mr. Gabo?
Yes, I see them.
Mr. Gabo?
They were online. Yes, they came. The pictures came, telling the people the celebration of the independence. Where the women of Badabio organized.
Mr. Gabo, I want to stop you right there. I want to stop you right there. Actually,
correct.
Yeah, well, I think say you confuse the pictures the way them in they compare the APC in previous independence with this year's independence of the SLPP. Maybe not the APC previous independent picture.
No.
See. Okay.
No, I don't confuse.
Okay. Can you send me that picture though, because
no, I don't have them. No, I don't have them. But what I'm telling you is, people will call you after this, or they will be calling you, telling you, yes, he was saying the truth. The pictures I see, the first pictures that came after under the independent, or over the in the first thing online, all over the media, was that a comparison of APC and SLPP, where APC was full, SLPP was empty. Those two pictures, they put them together on a frame and they send them, and we look at them. But when after a period of time within the day, then we get just the pictures of the celebration, and they came again in the media. But before that, people already have commented. They've already have commented against the celebration.
Mr. Gabo.
Right. Now, what? Yes, I
don't want to make you go far on that side there, because it was not a secret. So many.
I know. But did you see the pictures that came after the first one? Because those pictures came very early in the morning.
All right.
And in fact, somebody was mentioning that, somebody on the media was saying that those pictures are not true, because the person went early in the morning as they are fixing, and he takes those pictures and then he compare them with APC and send the pictures first thing in the morning.
Mr. Gabo?
And the pictures that came after that, you don't worry about them. You worry about the first one that came.
No, Mr. Gabo.
Yeah.
Mr. Gabo, there were a lot of pictures or videos that came in. That in fact, some of them came in late we own time now. Yeah. The first one we come in, we are seeing now the time when the army man them in the parade, and then zoom now the stands them empty. In fact, if he after this go see the Tpn this video they make so, because I put on it for make you see the stadium was empty. I not say
all right.
The stadium was actually empty. There is no way where somebody go say that stadium been full, because not to one, not to two, even the SLPP, they acknowledge say yes, this year's independence, the stadium was empty. So I don't know why.
I understand.
I don't know why they still what they call say the stadium was full.
Okay, I understand your pride. You are on the opposition. I am a neutral person, and I tell you exactly what I see. Okay. And I know Sierra Leoneans who are listening to me, they will say that man who is speaking there is a neutral. It's not APC, it's not SLPP, it's not this, you don't want go, you don't want car. So I will tell you exactly the two comparisons that came. I don't dispute the fact that pictures didn't come. The first pictures that came, where the whole media was attacking, alarming, even NGC supporters attacking SLPP, were those two comparisons. And what the person did exactly, somebody mentioned it in the forums, that this person went early in the morning whilst the preparation was going on and took pictures and sent them to deceive the public. And that's what exactly happened. Now, I don't want to go into depth, because it happened, it was in the media and there are evidences. Okay, I don't have those pictures, I don't store information on that. Now, but again, now Madadio did say he's not going to celebrate independence for the country. And I want to put this clear to you, and he did not. There are people who interested, who wanted, like the JMB or whatever they call them, Women's Wing or whatever, who have money at the time, who want to make it possible that they celebrate independence. Okay? And they did. So what are my other questions with the privacy of Madadio in his own marriage? That I cannot tell you. I was not there. And all those people I want to tell you, they're just creating stories. Okay? That's one thing I want to tell you about that. And if you should ask me to comment on this, if Madadio would have celebrated the government of Sierra Leone, he would have allocated funds to the celebration of this independence, it would have been even worse than this. These speculations or this talking up and down, because there's already a slogan against the SLPP that says the ground dry, and people will have been saying that the government, the people that they suffer, Madadio, they take monies and if they do this and if they do this, look how they bring people then at the country, you get for fly this, you get for fly this person who say they pull this money where the country they suffer. That would have been the worst.
Okay.
But before all this has been a point for Madadio well over. One of his speeches when he took over, or even before he became president, that he will not celebrate independence until and unless these conditions were met.
Okay.
So I don't know what is the problem.
Well, the problem
and that's what I know.
The problem here is truth is very difficult for hide. You know, especially in a social media world, wherein almost
he didn't celebrate independence. Okay, the government didn't celebrate, and the government didn't celebrate independence. So that's what I'm telling you. As he said it, he will not, and he did not. The government of Sierra did not celebrate independence.
All right. Okay. Well, we know say you now one of the people that let me take your logical explanation. Okay. Let me take that and use that against you again.
No problem.
I believe say you now one of the people them during the APC party. Let's say the government. When I say when you say government, it's not about Madadio. Madadio is just the head of the government, right? It's the government that now the people, right? Now the people, the government. The government did not celebrate. Let's take that. Let me take that argument and try for turn it back to you. All right. Okay. Let's say you now one of the people that are when a minister is accused of corruption or is corrupt, you not go isolate that minister there for say, well, it's not the government, it's the minister. You always point that to the government. Okay. This that's what you they do during the APC time. Any minister will get problem, or even if not a minister, just a government official, it gets problem that the government now you they blame. Now you say, well, lots of the government celebrates this. Now, the first lady, okay, now he celebrates this no more. So, how? What's kind of discrepancy?
Before you go, I didn't tell you the first lady celebrated independence. I said a group of women celebrated the independence.
Okay, Mr. Kabo. Everybody knows say Fatima Bio says he come now on the media and explains it. He don't what them call for celebrate for be part of the people the way they now the head of the people the way they organize the independence. And he bring in people the way now women's for Mother Bio or whatever. He bring them in, but now the head. Now, actually, they had this independence here. So, if you know say verbally for say that this first lady celebrates the independence, well, it's clear if they take your argument. Let's say the government, because it seems like you when they say the government in the APC in the SLPP era, it get different definition with the government in the APC era. So let's say
Okay.
not to the government. Now Fatima Abiyo now in celebrate with in small group now in celebrate this independence here.
Right.
How you go able to for try for manage the discrepancy where you right now within your own talk during the APC anybody wey na part of that wey dem call them you dey associate am to the entire you dey blame the entire government and this now you dey only try for isolate the individual instead of the government.
I'm not isolating individual. You mean isolating Madabio and the government of Fatima? What you mean by that?
I mean, you say the government not celebrates independence. Now a group of women and they celebrate independence. Now so you say not to the government.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that make I remind you say, remember when the APC been in power, when I like na an individual. Now, in do something, you dey turn back and blame am to the entire government. This you don't do as so many times during the APC party. So how you go able to explain the discrepancy now? Fatima Abiyo na a first lady, okay? Na a first lady. Anything wey Fatima Abiyo, you know where dem dey blame? Na Madabiyo.
No.
Na Madabiyo.
Okay.
Everybody know that say when Fatima Abiyo do something, na Madabiyo then they blame. That's not a clear thing nowadays. So how you go able to explain the discrepancy where they try for struggle for explain? So tell we viewers there for make people understand.
I don't think I struggle for explain anything about the situation. I didn't put my point across, and I tried to let you know that whatever private or marital status between Madabio and his wife, that's not you know, me, I don't concern with that.
No. I'm not talking about the marital. I'm talking about the independence.
I'm coming. Right. You're bringing in the situation of the government of Ernest Koroma. You are saying whenever a minister or anybody do something, I'll say the government. The answer is already obvious. If it was celebrated by a minister, and even you be a minister, but you also have your private way of doing things.
Wow.
If Madabio's wife takes the funds, or Madabio allocated funds of the nation, of the country, of the government to this lady, then we have a hold on her.
Mr. Gabo, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. You might want to tie this to Madabio or the nation for say Fatima is you can tell me Fatima is a recognized person and Fatima is but you got to understand Fatima is not a paid person, is nobody voted for her. The job she's doing is not being paid.
Mr. Gabo. Okay? Mr. Gabo.
And I never attacked Ernest Koroma for his wife for doing something for say it was the government. No.
You sure?
Yes, I never. In fact, that lady never do anything anyway. I can tell you about.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Did the government spend money on this independence?
That's what I told you. Officially.
Yeah, officially.
We don't know. And officially, what we know is the government didn't allocate funds for the celebration of independence.
Okay. Let me ask you this question then, Mr. Gabo.
Okay.
The army man dem wey go na the stadium for go match. Then na waiting. Now would I give them that authority dey for do am?
These people are part of the Sierra Leone government. In fact, every individual is a Sierra Leonean, is a government. Every individual. Apart from the military themselves, you are a government. Those people who went to celebrate, what is a government? It's a group of people. Government under
I just want to know would that authorize them for go do this?
You understand, right? Huh?
I just want to know would that authorize them for go do this?
That's what I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
If they have the honor of, if the first lady invites them, they will do that. Anybody could do an occasional celebration and all that short things and invite a military band and invite this. As long as you sponsor, you take the lead, you provide the money, because I make you understand they provided the stadium, the funds or whatever to go to the stadium. The group provided even the place where they sit for the dinner, they pay for everything. If you can pay for
Mr.
those
Mr.
things,
Dabo, again,
and you can pay for the military, you can pay for the military band, their transportation or whatever it is, whatever you can do that.
Well, Mr. Dabo, that's the point where I try for bring camp. That's the point I try for bring camp. Are you sure this particular military was invited and spent for by a private first lady, or this now an authority that comes from the government, we pass down to the military for make them go be part of this occasion? I just want to know, because it seems like you
right, I understand. Yeah, your question is in place, but what we know as a public is that the Sierra Leone government did not celebrate. When we say they did not celebrate, means they did not spend a butut or a cent. I believe you understand what a butut is. It came from the Gambia. They don't spend a cent from the coffers of the Sierra Leone government money or allocate.
Well, we not go for that one, because I want to tell you, say you're wrong. Actually, the Sierra Leone government actually spend money on this.
Well, this is what I know.
Yeah.
You said the Sierra Leone government spend money, but what I know is what I told you.
In fact, he spent a lot of money on this wire. He spent a lot of money on this wire.
You're going to tell us who they spend the money to, who they give it, the amount of money they spend.
The security is one of the place where they spend a lot of money. The security. The government that them pay not to Fatima Bio pay anybody for make the army man and the police they do them thing. Now the government actually not responsible for that. So that's now one of the places now that make up in the ask you you really understand what you been talk about. So the government spend a lot of money on this, and in fact there was actually an agreement say let the army man then go there, the president supposed for day for make them go do that guest of honor or whatever they call them, that salute, guest of honor salute. You understand? That the reason that one the way they send them way ahead of time, 9 o'clock, now them people then go organize them, turn up, they wait. You understand? So I don't say they try for defend, but this is not indefensible thing. Yes, mistakes don't happen. Madabio is responsible. Irresponsible.
No, I am not defending anybody.
Well,
I
you said you
did.
Ground,
and what we know, and I'm working with what Madabio said in his own speech. You heard it. Everybody heard it. That is not. And he didn't go to the state of Madabio. I am not sure. And he didn't go there.
Madabio bin say, you know one for make them pull any how them call them devil na salon. But it gonna na bo. That very time the way he block them saying they go na boot and go pull go boy na. So what's the matter about they talk? And they take her with a pinch of salt, you understand? So not take them like say na something where most of the time na guarantee. But about na a politician. It depends on what they fit them. Na he they talk. Not so sometimes na he they do. So let me bring in Mr. Ahmed Kanu. Mr. Ahmed Kanu, I know say this na interesting thing because I see Mr. Kagwe they struggle for defend the government, but it's very, very difficult. So go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to extend greetings to all the listeners and the participants here at Tpn. Happy anniversary. We had a very, very fantastic anniversary in Ohio. As usual, they allow us to raise the flag. And we celebrate them with all the kind of quality we can think about. Anyway, coming back to Sierra Leone, since when we know still we gain independence, this is not the only year where independence is flunk. And if all the years them wait alone don't go through Ebola, all kind of things, even President Kaba and the other people them where we get problems, economic problems. There are economic constraints, austerity come. Still they celebrate independence. Now, I not care waiting Mr. Kabo and anybody really in ideas them, sort of similar to RAM. President Madabiro, we know say this a national celebration where we get for commemorate the independence. But except waiting Mr. Kago say the president say not expect him. The president is wrong and they not to know it for support because it allocates, it's not a Bokumo itself, it allocates something for let them celebrate the independence. It's a national, a legend where we for continue for celebrate. No poverty or constraints enough for make we not celebrate them. As in a small money itself, they appropriate. Mr. Kabo no say na the right thing that one for do. Not all the same way President Madam in government go save money for letting not celebrate independence, make the country become very, very prosperous instantly. No. Mr. Kabo, you follow that one day. We were not in a salon for the celebration. How much more the people that we don't do? Okay. Then we say President Madabio kind of get restrictions based on some of the expenses that we go incur over the celebrations, like the cleaning the city after any celebration or some other thing in terms of security. It will find some kind of a guidelines them where we will work with the law enforcement for control anything where the president is to create more expenditure and insecurity. So for me, we will avoid celebrating independence for everything where they could do with cost savings. That is totally wrong. And as far as the wife is concerned, when it comes to national issues of that nature, okay, for let it involve, I'm not a bad thing. My wife na first lady. But let it not be safe from team we know, we take all that responsibility there and make let his wife get for indulge in now. When you get ministers of social welfare, you get the vice president baby, when you can always assigned to them kind of situations. Then they, you know, the first lady, not a minister. The first lady, not just a first lady, a wife of the president. They get other things the way, of course, they get for do, for make of really exercise in education, in youthfulness, and love of country. But not to for come make them give that kind of responsibility they say for accept. You go tell your husband, you know what, being an intelligent woman, you have your ministers, you have other state officials that you can, you know, designate to handle these kinds of things. If I am
Mr. Kanu,
then I would have a role.
Yeah, you know what? Let we call a spade a spade. I know say Mr. Kabo they try in very hard, but here is the thing though. If they talk about some Madabio say until the GDP or whatever reach 20%. That's not bogus idea. I know they expect people like Mr. Kabo we know much about some of them things and they for take seriously. Well, the president say the country not get money, but when I look exactly what in the presidents they do, I think we don't discuss about this so many times. When you as a business person, you dey look at the income, that is the revenue, and you able tally am with the expenditure, you go able project wetin get for happen in the future. Now so wise business people than they do. But you can't talk same money no dey. Wetin you do the next time? You begin promote people them. You begin add salary to people them. You begin do new new hiring. You begin do all the things where actually they cost money. How you go able to explain to that? Independence na something when once in a year. Okay, and this na it make we who we are as a people. Why you not go able to celebrate independence as an official stuff, but they do other things that we not get nothing to do with national issues. That's not bogus, Mr. Gabo. I know you do very well. I just want for praise to Mr.
Kanu. Let me tell you.
you want me to speak to that because it's not Mr. Kagbo online. It was Mr. Kanu. But if you want me to answer that,
no, Mr. No, now you hold on. You did answer that. Let Mr. Kanu complete.
Mr. Kagbo, what in me don't talk. Talk on the basis of I'm not talking on the basis of partisanship. I talk on the basis of patriotism. Independence everywhere in this world, even when we gain independence, this is not the only independence where the outcome looks so terrible. We're very, very regretful for the rest of we history.
It's shameful.
And I don't think President Madabiono for even had allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
If at all, no matter what good wishes or good intentions we get for the country, this now one thing we know for be allowed to happen. Because we independence now a legacy. We don't celebrate them all the years. Now one or 2, 3 days they take for celebrating independence. Now if income is because of financial constraints, you, Mr. Kagbo, say President Madabio say celebrate independence. That in fact I am very skeptical about. And
I didn't say it, Mr. Kanu. I didn't say it. He said it. And unfortunately, you don't get that information, but all over in the media on his own speech, or one of the speeches, or many of.
No, but the media can say something. Yeah, they link sometimes to AYZ, Nasalonde. I don't think say the president. Me, I know area any sayo. He may have said that, but not they allocate anything towards the independence. If that is so, that is very, very wrong governance. That is terrible governance. You can't have a leader who, because of financial constraints, would kind of restrain himself from celebrating the country's independence anniversary. That is totally unacceptable. Not a treason, but it's totally unacceptable. It's not something we are bound to celebrate. And it therefore appropriate money for celebrating the independence, no matter how the outcome will be, but let it kind of appropriate money for celebrate the anniversary. But if you're not able to do so, then of all, according to the sources, the way would say happen, he pass on to his wife, then his wife go pass on to women of Mother. It should be women of Sierra Leone. It shouldn't just be women of Mother to celebrate Sierra Leone independence.
All right.
It is very awkward. It is awkward.
And shameful. But let me give a chance. Let me give Mr. Gabo a chance for making answer because I actually sorry for who and call him. So go ahead, Mr. Gabo. Before we come,
you mentioned that Madabio sounds funny because for him to say that until the GDP of Sierra Leone goes to 20 or 21 or more percent before ever it will allocate resources to any independence celebration at Sierra Leone during in time of presidency. And you said that's too ambiguous. Why? Because he came into power, he said there is no money, and then he recruited people, he added more people in workforce, he added more salaries, and that has nothing to do with the country's something. And I was laughing at because if he employed more people, and add the salaries of the people of the country. And if you say that has nothing to do with the country's advancement, or I wonder what you say when people are crying for unemployment, and when people are crying for salaries being low and not competitive in the world market.
I think you misunderstood what I'm trying to talk about.
That's what you say. I'm coming. So I want to ask you something. You, Mr. Kanu mentioned in his beginning, he was quite correct. And he talked that I actually congratulated him for being so non-partisan today and speak his mind and about what happened. He made it clearly correct. And I want to tell you something. Marabio said it, I believe, during his campaign. And he said it after his campaign, and people voted him in. So whatever mandate the people gave him, the people gave him the mandate to run the nation at this point in time, especially when it saves us money and the country, as your APC people say, the ground dry. I don't see, in my own view, as a Sierra Leonean, for him to spend millions or billions of monies for independence. Because I want to compare him not celebrating the independence and that of the previous government of Hannes Kuruma, using billions and billions of celebrating independence. And I want to see the advantages and the disadvantages, or the merits and the demerits of Hannes Kuruma celebrating that independence at that time, what we profited from his celebration, rather than other than what we call sorry about that. I missed the word.
Okay. Well.
What we see is poverty. What we see is poverty in the country. At the end of the day, you have a time limit. You, as a human being, Mr. Mankota, there are certain times of the year or of your lifetime. You may not want to celebrate your birthday. You might take it easy. Maybe your wife will take it and say, "Okay, I'm going to do it for you."
Well, it is actually
it's not all the time you are happy because of financial constraints, but your wife will say, "Okay, I will do this for you," and he or she will. I mean, she will do it for you. So this is just a birthday of our country, and we all sit down and pray for it, everybody individually. And it happens in all lifestyles.
All right. Okay? First of all, let me start from Usa you end. Well, you compare a birthday and an individual birthday. This is not an individual birthday. This is a nation of 7 million people, 7.5 million people. Okay. So that's supposed to be one of the priorities. But anyway, I just want to clarify that, say, it's not comparable at all. This is a nation, it's not an individual. If me want to celebrate me own birthday, na me own personal stuff, I get control over that, and I able to celebrate them. But something where we all get, for say this na so we want for do. Yes, if one person say no, we not for do am, we still need for continue for do am, because it's not about him, it's about us. But let me just try for clarify something where you talk earlier, where I talk say the man is say money no day, and he begin hire people then, and he begin raise the salary of people then. I say in terms of economics, you understand, it don't make no sense, because always a good economist, what he do, he look at the revenue and he able to tally with the expenditure, he go able to control the expenditure. Now so, if the man come, he say money no day, nothing no day, and he go to the extent like what you say, he say you know they celebrate independence, but at the same time, they raise the salaries of people them, and they hire new people them. How you go able to explain that in terms of business? It don't make no sense.
Mr. Mankota, we know Hannes Kuruma run the government in a business format, as he proclaimed when he came. He run the government of Sierra Leone, the assets of Sierra Leone as a business. And we have seen what he profited. We don't profit. You don't profit. He made the profit for himself. Okay. Now, in business priorities, you can come here for a country to sustain, or for the business to sustain, does not necessarily mean because you don't have enough money, so you're not going to do anything. and where is the sustainability of the business?
But
You got to look at the
put the money,
priority.
Mr. Gabu.
Is it a priority? Hold on. Is it a priority for me to celebrate independence, or is it a priority for me to employ more people to come out on employment and raise salaries to cover poverty? And then whatever we left, where are the advantages? Okay. If I am a businessman, not an Eskoroma businessman, I will take the advantage of hiring more people in the country and raising their salary because the money is circulating within the families and curb out some other difficulties rather than celebrating independence.
Okay. All right. Well taken. Well taken. Now we'll bring in David. David, what's your take on this independence? I think Mr. Gabo talk say, I think you know being come earlier where Mr. Gabo talk say the stadium was full. What you see, the stadium was full. Now we all see different way, but again, in the age of social media, everybody they see differently, and in political arena, we all get the same EI, but they see differently. What you say?
Well, the way we look at it, first and foremost, and also that my brother over and I don't say my man we not to an Eskoroma fan.
I know.
But second of all, we will try for this national event, the national activity. Let's take, for example, where was the mayor instead of the president in West? Who down at the president in West will determine how the Sierra Leonean can go about doing some historical events where they don't always they participate every year. You understand? We do make it look up. The parliamentarians are responsible. We don't bring this information they out. The parliamentarians are for table them business here in parliament. That will not ever happen and they stop Marabiu and his wife for the trade on the governance of the country, because then they take the country like a joke. You understand what I mean? Marabiu's wife should not stand in front of the Sierra Leoneans on that particular day. Not possible. It's a shame and it's very embarrassing. And when they talk, say they not spend the money. If Marabiu really want to cancel the event and they want to do independent, they could have done that in their house, so they don't want to sit out by themselves. They don't go get the general public them for involved around them as well. If they have for host something for them, they could have done it in his house. You know? The only thing we could try for bringing at the table, we just continue for the previous pressure and then people are. Let us not allow Marabiu and this media from get away with their stuff here. But by the grace of God, come in 2023 after that, the new politicians will come. Like we should go arrest them. They will answer to we. We will take note for all them things there. That's what we go left after now.
Yeah, very interesting to see me commentator Mr. Gabo. They try for distinguish government from government responsibility from individual responsibility, and try for put them together as a way for make get an excuse for a government where right now the first lady don't choke the president, because this is very like what they will say is very sad for see the first lady they do some of them here on behest of a man, and what I say. Based on my own sources. In fact, there was an argument between the first lady and the president. You know, the president was very mad. He was very mad, based on which I understand. And why the president not able to sit down and put this first lady say, okay, here is the line of demarcation. It's time for now for make it draw. Now, it don't pass 1 year. Let the president draw a line of demarcation. Because at the end of the day, the more the first lady they interrupt some of agenda, so that the more disadvantage to them, you know. Again, for draw that way then call say, okay, this now your responsibility. Forget about what they will call. Look what be happening the other time. I don't know. The first, I think now the New Year. Now the first lady now come out and give a speech for the New Year on behalf of the government. How on earth? Imagine if now Sia Kuruma been they do that thing. Mr. Kabo for being become wild. Say, I know.
Sia Kuruma was nothing. She never did anything. Anyway, okay. So why would I talk about her?
Well, okay. But to be serious now, Madam you need for sit down with him wife and try for put a line of demarcation for say there are certain things where you're not responsible for that. You're not responsible for that. So stay away from them today, because now problem no more it comes from Madabiu. And this now is disgrace from Madabiu. Let's take Mr. Kabo in what say Madabiu intentionally want for celebrate this. Well, If you wife it,
But Mr. Mankota, Marabi as president of the country, you get the parliament, you get government in place, you get the authority that are interested in our support. I think we discuss in the parliament for the parliament agree.
yeah.
If you not to play business, the country will run.
Yeah.
You see, Marabi,
It's a movie. It's a movie.
Another respect for the Sierra people, and so I make and the Sierra people, and except we don't put us in another position, they continuously allow this woman to take front stage. Now we governance and the activity of the country for go forward. You know what I mean? Marabi don't get our authority to make that distinct decision. They don't get them.
Yeah, all right. Mr. Mankota, let me ask you a question. Mr. Mankota, let me ask you a question.
Mankota.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know. Yeah.
Mankota, listen, Ahmed Kanu dey talk.
Ahmed Kanu, hold on. Let Mr. Kabo first say you ask me a question. I come to you. Go ahead, Mr. Kabo.
Yeah, I am not privy to this question, and I am still trying to find out answers about it. Mm-hmm. Is it constitutional that independence should be celebrated every year in Sierra Leone?
No, it's not.
Because
simple answer. No, it's not constitutional. It's a moral duty.
So why will it come to Parliament?
Because the money Parliament are then supposed for any money where you see the government spend, na Parliament now they provide that money. So yeah,
okay.
So
then if I'm not going to do it and I'm not going to spend money, why would I come to them?
It's okay, but as a patriotic Sierra Leonean, I want for every time let we remind ourselves and let we also remind we begin who the one say this day is very very important. If the day is very important to you, I think say they do all cause for making you able to celebrate them. At least let people that know say yes, this day is very important to you. Just like what you talk about the bad day, even though it's not comparable, but now kind of a macro and a micro comparison. If I don't say this day is very important to me, I think that they do me best for make I say we celebrate them. But I don't think say there is any constitutional enforcement for say you have to do it. The country doesn't have to do it. So now we go to Mr. Ahmed Kanu.
I rest my case. Thank you.
Okay. I go to Ahmed Kanu.
First and foremost, Mankota, with all due respect, no, it's not constitutional. But there has been a code. It could have been a proclamation in Parliament that has declared that independence has to be celebrated. And it has to be celebrated in quality form. So, what I get to say about Mr. Kabo thing, there has been a proclamation, even we in Columbus. The state of Ohio don't establish a proclamation every year for be given to us, so we were able to raise the flag at the state grounds for over the weekend. For that, we commemorate with independence. All the Ohioans, the Ohioans, they in Columbus, when they see that flag, they all through the weekend. It's a proclamation they have made. Now, in addition to that, Mr. Madabio, President Madabio, a countryman, if one will say how the men are in our country, man na in na the boss na us. We mama them na the woman them, of course. We get the right, we wouldn't get the how. But Mr. Madabio, if you don't go say this is something where he gets for fun, as a man, as a countryman, for that matter, a society man, for that matter, all the other characteristics then they get them. Besides the independence, if you make your wife know, there are certain things the way if you don't say no, or just for be the boss. You understand it? I know they say we get for boss woman them or you get for social security complex and all that thing. But as a countryman, meaning I mean I divorce now. You understand it? Certain things and yes, I they give the priority of knowing that in are the mother. But there are other things the way in fact, therefore ask me, how much more now when you're a leader, you they lead a country as Sierra Leone, then you they take the state affairs for pass on to US, because you love him or whatever it is. I cannot even see that. Even Mr. Kagbo, they talk so. This man is a countryman. A rural countryman, Mr. Kagbo.
Mr. Kagbo, you know what they talk about, I know say they struggle right now, but it's okay. We understand. He's saying a neutralist. In a neutral somebody, but
let me appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
so you guys
he's saying a neutral somebody, but every time in a one side.
Mr. Kagbo, in a countryman.
Mr. Kagbo know what they talk about. You understand that?
When you say Kagbo, if you not a Niman and Limbaman. So Mr. Kagbo know what they talk about. Let not come back, President Madabio. Say President Madabio will get mad at him. He says, Mr. Kagbo. You make Madabio get mad at you.
Anyway,
you know what I know as Mr. Kagbo, as being a countryman. I've been in marriage relationship, one man, one wife for 35 good years up to date, and I have the best life. Okay, I have the best life. So I don't poke into people's marital affairs. That I don't know. This is a national issue actually, but most ways the people are going with it is beyond national issue. So I don't go into those things. I only pick out the facts. Those things that are enough, because I have marriage experience, that are enough for me to indulge into, that are of national interest, but not other petty things. I don't want to go into those things. All right? So I respect marriage tradition, and I give it that way.
Mr. Kagbo, you know, say politics and marriage are two different things. You're right, but at the end of the day, your marriage personal life will likely obstruct your political life, and nobody no go into somebody's private affairs. But the fact that Madabio he get in wife now first lady, and in first lady now they poke into most of the national things the way they cause embarrassment for the president, it will cause some problem. And we therefore talk about that national problems and they not in private life. No, we are not talking about in private life. Nothing. We are talking about why Madabio for allow in the first place in where for take over this tier, and look how he flunked. Mr. Kagbo, I look at the stadium here. Sometimes we say the video you see now we say then sit down, because then sit down one side. A lot of them mostly now SLPP folks them. Now they then just zoom no more, then show you say this now full stadium. But now the pictures there, they look so, Mr. Kagbo. That stadium was very, very empty. It was very, very empty.
It's so sad. It's so sad that you are not able to see the other pictures, but I know they are all over in the media, and I do scan. I got just my information based on situations, and I do a thorough research of what I'm doing. And even though right now I'm not home, I'm not in New York. But since this morning, I was going preview over Salon archives and all of that things and get information, especially about this independence, because I know we are coming. I'm all the way in Florida in my hotel room. That's why I cannot speak louder. I know I used to be very loud. I'm in my hotel room in Florida on my own private business. So I'm not home, and but I did a lot of research whole day today with regards to this. So that's how I come across that.
One of the most vibrant nationalistic forum na social media na the TPN. That's now one of the most where na they what they call a battleground for politics. If indeed, Mr. Kagbo, that video where they talk about, if indeed na video where exists, I swear to God, if I didn't at the TPN, and I dip and scroll the TPN forum, I not see that video there at all. In fact, inside the TPN forum, some people they actually acknowledge say yes, it was a flunked. But anyway, that's fine. Maybe they see something we me not they see. That's fine. But I know say the SLPP they really want for propagate this for make them know say yes. Actually, this was a success. If you see the fanatics then are SLPP and the TPN they're not able for actually propagate this. Instead, some of them then they try for slide and just they try for smooth the edges. Something is not right, but it's okay. Well, anything else where somebody want to say quickly before we round up? I think that's yeah, go ahead.
What I want to say is the independence anniversary. So therefore, next year, if God green, we like steady. We therefore really talk about earlier and extensively. So that
Mr. Kanu,
economic constraints
Mr. Kanu, you break at the beginning. What you will talk about?
Be like way be so na salon. I don't know my therefore saying this now on a patriotic perspective. I dey talk.
Okay.
I know they talk about partisan because I know want the APC gain a power, independence outcome will be like way be so. That na terrible things for me.
I believe say right now the reason we make Mother be angry by in wife now because the thing was a flux and probably what I understand Mother be been tell and say let this one not put your hand panam but you know the lady na actress so
no.
It's
so Mr. Tagbo, if you get connection with President Madabio or Fatima Bio or anybody associated with them, I think say you get for contact the next year early. Let's say they can't say they're unacceptable. And if it happen now you go for them power.
No, well, I don't call him pseudo spokesman at TPN. Mr. Kabo is spokesman for SLPP at TPN.
Mr. Kabo, if the has to replicate them again next year, now you the whole response in America.
All right, let me just with regards to the independence, all I will say to you, my answer to you is that to the Sierra Leoneans, so we all Sierra Leoneans who want independence, people when they be in position, they put benchmarks. And I'm appealing to all Sierra Leoneans that now we change our attitudes if we want to celebrate independence. Let us increase production. Let us be serious and produce a very good name for Sierra Leone where we all be happy. So when we celebrate independence, we have something we're going to celebrate. And I don't want somebody to ask you, what do you have to show off your 58 years of independence? What do we have to show off? We don't have anything to show about it. So for the 59th birthday of the Sierra Leone country, so the independence to be celebrated and be successful and we all be happy, let us change our attitudes. And maybe we increase production and everything that is good for the good governance of the country. Let's partake into it and boost our economy and transform Sierra Leone. So when we celebrate independence, we will be happy.
Mr. Okay? I totally agree with you. And I believe say everybody in this media agree with you what you talk about. And I think we discussed that last week. What we able to show for the 58 years, and we got so many diverse opinion on that one day. And it's true. What make we an independent nation? How we go able proud for being an independent nation now based on what we do and how we able to do things that on we own without relying on other people then. So that is not a question at all. But at the same time, that doesn't mean because we are in a stressful situation, we cannot actually commemorate a very important event like this. And I just want also quickly for talk a little bit about the former president of Sierra Leone, Mr. Alhaji Abubakar Siddiq Samsumana, where he come Arizona Naya, can celebrate the Independence Retreat.
Are you driving? Are you driving?
It's not me. It's not me. Somebody they drive.
Yeah, it's a lot of noise.
Okay, it seems like David. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes we need for good contact them people then they for let we go into their own brain and try for pick some sense out of it. And I was privileged for America able to sit down with the former vice president and have a lengthy conversation throughout the days the way he did in Arizona Naya. And it was very, very educative and see a lot of sense for now because a lot of people, some of the people that we been the admirers and been the angry say, well, out of what don't do you, what APC don't do the former vice president, why in God's name for make the former vice president go now and escrow your house he go embrace them. And now they even bring some kind of attention between the vice president, the former vice president, and Madabio, because say probably that's a signal for something, and that make them take the security from them. So, but when I sit down with the former vice president, me sit down and discuss lengthily, I came to realize that you go forgive him, you go understand why he do all them things. And one of the things the way the vice president tell me, he say man Kota, he say, you see this world here, they do things then only for this world. They do things then for the next world and for this world. He say anybody when a religious person, we know they forgive. Well, not a religious person. Because the main essence of religion is not about all praying. Even the prayer where they go pray, now ask you to go ask God for make God forgive you for the sins that we don't do. How you go able ask God forgive you for the sins that we don't do if you know they forgive you on company mortal man? He says, secondly, he said, when you see me so, then don't appoint me as a peace, a peace coordinator, a global peace coordinator. He said, they go all over the world, they go and talk about peace. He said, even in South Korea, the time when South Korea and North Korea being get that summit, they where them go meet up at the militarized zone. Before that, he said, I've been there in South Korea with the Global Peace Initiative for make we able for talk for bring peace in that area there. He said, but listen, this is based on the attitude way are expressed in the world about me, what it do me. So if the entire world don't give me that kind of responsibility, they then kind thing then they and they go out there and talk peace with other people then for their own country, then me on back house, I get problem with people them. So how people then they see me? He said this is now one of the reasons then we make I don't forgive. He said another thing we I want to tell you. He said even Karmokaba. We all know say Karmokaba and Diana Konomani, Logos Kuruma, when Indian brothers them and sisters. Now they actually convince Anes by Kuruma till they get problem. He said at one time Nanette, he called Karmokaba, then go see on my house. Then they eat. Now the same pan. Then use their hand and they eat na the same pan. He say in sister, that is Samsumana in sister. When he come inside, he can't see Karmokaba inside na the host, then he sit down and eat na the same pan. He say in reaction, when he sing, he know say he not happy. He say but the early morning, now he say I say you have been see you when you see me and Karmokaba they eat together. He say I know your reaction, you not happy. He say but I'll tell you one thing at this world here. He said, what not happen, it don't happen. The more you put on your heart, the more you get problem na your heart. Because anytime when you think about that, you had the beats. So the only way where you could get peace and solace, now when you forgive, now that make I forgive all them people here together. The one they all would don't do me bad, I forgive them. Because I'm not going to able to change anything again. They don't do one, they don't do one. The only way now, where I will get peace, now when I forgive them. And that make, I they call them, I they talk to them one by one, for let we all get peace, for let them know say, me now a religious somebody, I they ask for forgiveness. Me say they do bad things then to other people them, where sometimes I don't even know, but I they ask for forgiveness. So if I they ask for forgiveness to God, first now me supposed to forgive first. You see now the thing is, we make, I embrace Anes by Koroma, I talk to her, me and she don't talk. And today, he say if you call Anes Koroma, you ask him, you regret what you do to Samsumana. He say Anes Koroma no dey hesitate for telling you say yes, I regret. He say that is all. This one are not the way you get for day forever. We all get for go one way or the other. We get for die. So you get for do what you get for do because he say me my master self no go guarantee me for say I dey see next year. So therefore, do the right thing. Now so I want now this some of the things that we will discuss with the vice president. We I want for tell we viewers and when the commentators them for say yes indeed the vice president now somebody we it make me I learn a lot as a young man. I learn a lot of things. So that is. I don't know if when I get any comments quickly. 1 minute, then we close. Comment?
Manko, as far as I'm concerned, I dey drive now, but I go just say the program is fine, and the views expressed are very honest, they're very genuine about Sierra Leone and with independence anniversary. We don't bias at all so far. Some of we not bias. I don't know about you, Kamankota and Kakabo.
Mr. Kabo bias. Mr. Kabo bias. Don't talk to Mr. Kabo bias. He say in neutral, but in neutrality on one side.
All right, that's fine. You know, sometimes we create humor and laugh. But if I have to comment on the meeting between you and Sam Sumana, or comment on Sam Sumana's saga, I will do it with probably maybe 3 words. All I will tell you is that snake not a born kondo.
And that's what Sam
Snake
Sumana
a
say.
born snake. All right. So he's an APC man. APC man not a born SNPP man. Now APC man is a born. So wherever you go with it, the guy is APC because they are dishonest. All right.
But SNPP,
they use religion to betray the country. They use religion to betray the people, and they are going to be held accountable for that.
But
I don't care what.
what's not the bad thing for say I forgive? I
That's
forgive.
what he is.
What's not the bad thing for say I forgive?
Oh, please, that's political. It's not religious issue he's talking about. It's political. He's just looking for something. That's all I'm telling you. He just wants to come back. He's a comeback child. He's a regrettable and comeback child. He lied to the whole world. And the whole world, they fool the whole world.
About what? About what?
And the whole world was down with him.
The whole world for?
Didn't you cry? Didn't you cry for? Didn't we on TPN many occasions cry for Sam Sumana?
Yeah, we did.
Didn't the ECOWAS cry for Sam Sumana? Didn't they give him his mandate? Didn't they give him anything?
Yeah, we did. But does that mean you know they forgive?
Right. Listen, he is just an APC man, born by an APC man. Okay, just like you say. Kondo, snake not a born Kondo. Snake they born snake.
No, forget about the political
he
side of
himself
it.
said that. I didn't say it. Do you know that was his statement?
Yeah, I know. Na Gambia, na Luge,
Okay.
and he even repeated na with me.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying to you. So he's just another fashion of politics he's bringing. But we've been there. We done that. We are not children.
But you know right for forgive.
Because he's a comeback child. Listen, let me tell you something.
I'm just asking the question.
This is just politics. Okay? He's just trying to sell himself. As he sold himself before and we bought him, he wants to sell himself again, but we're not going to buy him this time.
Mr. Abu,
yeah.
Mr. Abu, anything we get for do with APC, you know, I don't know what the APC do. Tell me about what the APC do.
The guy successfully sold himself to the Sierra Leonean people and to the international community, and we spent a lot to buy him.
So therefore,
he went out, and he come again, he reversed the business, and he want to resell himself. We're not going to buy him anymore.
Yeah, but we don't know nothing. Sam Sumana not tell you say, now for politics, they do even if you do, but for now, we don't say, he just want to forget peace with himself and the people that way hotter.
Now listen, let me tell you something. That's the whole thing I'll tell you. Nobody will buy him again, except people like maybe APC. I'm not saying you, but I know you are a honest man to some extent. But people not buying him again. Okay. It's just wasting his time.
Okay. All right.
For what you want.
All right, David, you get anything? Okay. All right. Well, you know, I just want to thank you all for this wonderful discussion for this program today. It was very, very fruitful and very, very frank. and honest. This na the thing we unique about the media, Sierra Leone media and the diaspora. We always get diverse opinion, and that make we become somebody we they look at things then in different angles then. So I thank una very much. Next week we go see una, the same time, the same place.